The British also played a very negative role.
Hmm.
When they came to this country, they don't want opposition,
Yes.
So if you watch, any officer is a white man.
Hmm.
All of these professions, they are kept at a technician level. It's
Hmm.
only a white man that is an officer. In police, in the army, warrant officer is the highest black man can be. So if you look at those things, you find out that the British wanted us to think like that, because they think when we know too much. Do you know, in the history of black man in America, there was a time that black man is not allowed to be able to read and write. If
Yes.
they catch you,
Yes.
you are able to read, they'll cut your finger.
Hi.
So that's to tell you, they don't want us to know ourselves. They don't want us to be educated. Like
To discover who we are.
It's not Malcolm. Somebody, I forgot it. They said Arrested Development. We are developing the arresters.
Ooh.
They want to think like they think, below what they think.
Wow.
And we're having different problems. We have sunshine, a lot of sunshine. Why are we not using it for electricity? We're not using the sunshine.
Yes. Yes. A lot
They
of
don't have
energy.
sunshine.
Yes.
How much we tell you happy sunshine? Because when they have sunshine, they're happy. Summertime, But we have it in abundance. If you are living around Lagos, let me give you an example to know where these beliefs and some aspect of our life has become a problem. You see somebody who is born in Lagos, he grew up in Lagos, he married in Lagos, he has son or even grandson, he's afraid to enter Lagoon. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
While in America or all this country where there's lagoon, you see almost everybody there can swim into deep lagoon and do so many things because it's in their backyard.
Yes.
Can we do that? How many people can jump into lagoon or do some things there?
They're afraid.
Yeah, divers and stuff like how many? Which they are naturally the people there. You can't have a river or maybe the river is okay, they are doing that. You can't have a sea border, coastal area, and then the people from that area will be afraid of that water. Yes, when we Lagos, where you go for picnic in the lake and stuff like that, you see that carry people is shouting, no, just to enter the water. We cannot master our environment.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a part.
Wow.
Even let's go to animal husbandry.
Yes.
It's only now that we begin to rear chickens and make it a business. I'm very sorry to be a little bit biased. The only people who are into use of animal for profit making, and maybe the Fulanis. No group of people you can say they are specialized in even goats. They can depend on it, they can rear and they can export them. We don't even go to them, we don't even touch them. Maybe dogs, if you say dogs, very few people. But there are people here now, civilized, they are rearing dogs, they are exporting them. All those German, all those dogs, they make money.
Yes.
What do? We don't do it. So we depend on government, we have fertile land. Can you see the kind of land? If you are traveling from Lagos to Kano or to Abuja, if you see a lot of fertile land where there's no seed have ever been planted, they're there.
They are there, yes.
A lot of places that seed have not been planted. And because those plants are not put into use, now it's affecting our economic security-wise.
Yes.
There are a lot of places that all these Boko Haram, all those evil men are passing through because there's no underdevelopment. If it's in some other country, fertile land that doesn't need fertilizer at the beginning, you will see somebody will have a whole, like almost a state as his farm. You have people working there, you have small villages there, you have securities, yes. So it's going to be difficult for anybody to move across the state without being noticed. So, but we tend to go every day. I believe from Tafawa Balewa to today, every president wants to be the best president of Nigeria.
Yes.
And every president has put in his best.
Yes.
But by the time you put in your best and it's still not working, so why do you have to blame me? What guarantee do you have that those who are coming are having different mind from us?
Yeah.
We want to select those we think.
At
the
the
reality,
best.
how are we sure anybody can change this?
At the time, yes. At the time we select our leaders, we usually look at them as the best option going forward. Because even the current administration, in a way, defeated an incumbent president that desired to remain in office for another term. So the Nigerians decided no.
To resist.
they resisted it, and they brought in this administration. So at every given point in time in our election life, I think Nigerians think this is the best for us and we go forward. But the outcome is what Nigerians don't now understand, that how the things turn out this way. Then unfortunately, some people would take advantage of that and say, oh, we were warning you. Maybe the opposition, we were warning you that you shouldn't do that direction. And Nigerians will feel, oh, you know what, I think we should try these other guys.
Yes.
Then if it turns out that way again, then we are back to the same. So it's like a virtuous cycle.
You got it. Because we're not ready. See, the problem every day since I was in the university, they'll say, but Nigeria does not have a problem, it's bad leadership.
Yes, that's what they've made us to believe.
Why is it Nigeria, if you go to America or somewhere that perform very well?
Yes.
We don't see one thing again about Tinubu. I'm very sorry to bring him in.
Yeah.
You see, most of these states, they are operating individually. What do I mean by that? If I'm a governor today, I'll say maybe education is where I will concentrate a bit. Then tomorrow, if you become governor, you may say, no, it's agri,
Yes.
There's no continuity. Tinubu did something in Lagos State now, whether you like it or not. If you become the governor, the only problem you're going to have is that you don't follow their program. This or doing when you
there's
are
a
supposed
blueprint.
to do a program.
I understand there's a blueprint for Lagos. And that is what has actually helped Lagos. Apart from its location, I think the continuity program has really helped the state. It's very difficult for you to completely deviate from the blueprint of Lagos. And that is why Lagos has been able to. So it's like a continuous government altogether. Unlike other states where you have a different party or a different governor come into office, the first 2 years, that governor will be chasing the previous governor, fighting and fighting and fighting. Then the next 2 years is to consolidate and begin what to do. At the end of 4 years, then there's a re-election, and the 8 years, there's actually nothing. You have abandoned project and uncompleted project all over the place. And the new incoming government will say, no, if I complete this project, the credit will not come to me. It will go to my predecessor.
Yes, you see, this is the mindset that is very dangerous, that we are in it.
And
if we have
at the time these projects were conceived, they felt it was the best infrastructure to move Nigerians forward. So every governor that comes into office should not at liberty. I think there should be some solution to this, because this has now become a trend. I remembered when this administration came in, Fashola mentioned that they identified over 900 federal government projects, abandoned projects all over the place. They now selected 600. They now selected 600 of those projects, and they decided to complete. So what they've been doing actually in the last couple of years, only very small percentage were projects that they actually initiated. Most of them were abandoned projects of the last 20, 30, 40 years.
Yes.
That is what they've been busy. And Nigerians for the first time, I would expect should give a little bit of credit, because that is very unusual of Nigerian politicians.
They are trying in the pocket. Now look at Ajakuta Steel Company.
Yes.
Abandoned for a very long time. It's a backbone of industrialization. Shagari, all of that go away. Let's even talk about the Niger Delta Bridge. It's not Buhari who initiated it.
The second Niger Bridge. I remember it was Jonathan that commissioned the signage. It was designed, I think it was designed since the time of Obasanjo. And they now visited the site. Jonathan was there to commission the takeoff, and it was Buhari's administration that actually now surfaced the bridge.
So it's not all these tickets or Muslim, Christian, stuff like that. No. We need to have a program, Vision 2020. There are a lot of such things. 2010. Let's be holding each president. How much did he perform at any of those visions we have? But we don't do that. Hello, you're
Yes.
gone?
Yes, I'm here. I'm with you. I'm listening.
So you see, we're not doing that. Our education system should be reviewed.
Yes.
It shouldn't be reviewed. It was tailored towards a white man so that no black man would be his boss. But it should be tailored towards Africa now.
Yes.
Because it's based on English and stuff like that, because you can't speak than the colonial masters.
Yes.
So because there's no way you can be his boss when the colonial masters are there, and that's what they hand over to us.
Wow.
But we don't think like that. We think of now, if we're a serious nation, what you should be thinking, think of for Buhari now.
Yes.
His track record was very precise, and why is that it's not effective?
Yes.
We shouldn't be basing the thing on him now. We should be basing the thing that the situation at hand now
Yes.
is such a tough situation. But how do we handle it? No more people are saying the fuel, the whatever, the cost of living is high, is that, is this. As a Nigerian, for me, what I'm thinking, I don't mind that. Why do I say so? You see, Ukraine now, they're fighting wars.
Yes.
In Ukraine now, who have time to talk about electricity? Who have time to talk about cost of this? They are talking about the security first.
Yes.
Secure the country. Make sure anybody coming to become president 2023
Yes.
is somebody who has an idea or whatever to first secure the country.
Yes.
Let petrol sell whatever. If it's selling 65 naira or 20 naira,
Yes.
and then we have this Boko Haram, what's the use of it? I like driving and traveling because I see people in places in Nigeria, but you can't do that now. So what's the use? Because if you secure the country, the security, those prices can go down. But for now, you are mixing up things. You are talking about the high cost of living. You are talking about unemployment. You are talking about NEPA. You are talking about this, that.
I think the messaging and communication for me is part of the areas which I would blame this government. I think they haven't done well in kind of carrying Nigerians along with the reality of what is going on, because yes, it's not all politics. Nigeria has been at war now for the last 12 years.
That is the exact word. We should have declared ourselves we're at war.
We're at war. So Nigeria economy, Nigeria federal government should have declared a state of emergency on the economy and on the security. And so that Nigerians would brace themselves and understand that, look, Nigeria is at war for the last 12 years. Nigeria is under siege. I think it was one of the papers that mentioned a few days ago that Nigeria is under siege. This ought to have been declared and legally declared over 12 years ago, so that Nigerians would not expect so much. I don't. It could be PDP, it could be APC, it could be any party.
Anybody.
This cuts across all party lines. Jonathan came.
Of course.
He did his best.
Yes, of course.
He did his best. Yes, Jonathan did his best, and we are lucky to have the trajectory the whole thing was going. We are lucky to have a former military general. And we should all be concerned that if a former military general is having it this tough, then what happens to if the person who took over was a civilian?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
I think the messaging, I understand the fact that there were a couple of strategies that were used against the Minister for Information to kind of discredit him, and that because it was actually forthcoming at the earlier time of this administration. It was forthcoming. It was always talking, but there was a deliberate campaign against him to discredit him, to silence him, and unfortunately he bought it. He bought it, and he became very silent, and everything just went south. So if Nigerians actually would have better appreciated if they have more messaging or more communication, just like you have in America, you have in UK. And we know the person we're electing into office is not the kind of person that does media. He doesn't talk so much. He doesn't. That is not to take away from him.
The military training is that you don't talk when your post is there. When you grow up like that, you see, you now become. It's very difficult to become a free talker.
Yes.
Military have those things.
He doesn't, even in his first administration as a military man. I think it was Tunde Odiagbon that was doing most of the talking. Then.
Yes.
So, and it was, in fact, Tunde Odiagbon at some point was more popular and famous than himself. He was only operating behind the curtain. So, and the same goes for Osinbajo as well. He projected the vice president much more than himself until I think when there were some inner politics and the VP had to take a bow. So I say the communication wasn't too good. So Nigerians kind of are now being hit with surprises in their bank account because before the former administration left, the facts are there. They declared that Nigeria was actually heading into recession. They declared it. It was Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She declared that Nigeria was heading for recession. So everybody knew that, and we were very apprehensive because we're like, you know what? We are not sure Buhari was that solid when it comes to economy, but at least we knew that we're in trouble with security. He was going to help us with security, and he was also a strong believer in infrastructure because in the last 16 years of our democracy, all the money meant for our infrastructure were embezzled. So, and
of course, shit.
Yeah, so he was a strong believer in infrastructure. We're like, you know what? I think security and infrastructure, but economy we don't expect too much. But for some reason, he decided to keep most of the team. He decided to keep Emefiele, the CBN. CBN, because that's what I'm telling people, that when people say that Naira dollar was 300, was still 300 versus then, and today it is 600 or 700 versus one. And I asked them that who was the CBN governor who is in charge of the chairman of monetary policy in Nigeria? Who is the CBN governor in those years when it was $1 to 300? Then they say it's Emefiele. Then I said, who is the current CBN governor now? They say it's still Emefiele. So I now say, so does that not tell you guys something? That it is not entirely, you can't put, the president takes all the faults in his administration, but do you think the president would not have considered the fact that if this was Emefiele's problem, he would have changed Emefiele? He has the power to do that, and National Assembly cannot stop him. So why would he have kept Emefiele up till now? You know,
there's one thing that about if this is the mistake I think Nigerian always want Nigeria. Now when it comes to, let's say, the present people now, they'll say this man is that, this man is weak, this man is that. Sometimes at the war, you don't bring your untested gun. If everything they say about such person here is good, is that, if he's having issue, look at the service chief.
Yes.
It took him a long time before he changed them.
Yes.
Because before you change them, you don't make a change that.
He was very reluctant. I remembered he was very reluctant. And what I tell some people is that, is it better with the change of the service chiefs or is it worse? They say it's worse. I said, but you guys were insisting.
We asked for it.
The Nigerians were demanding, they wanted all the service chiefs to be replaced.
To go.